it wasn't. It was beyond in the moment. I was so there that I almost passed out afterwards. I was like, oh my God, I pulled a muscle in my stomach when I yelled Kate. You know, I was like, but I love the dynamic between me and Maurice. You know, I love the Carly-Sonny relationship. I love that when he bought the car, and we were going at each other. I'm like, wait, what planet did you wake up on?
I love that.
Okay, and he's like, what? You know, and then when she gets in the license, he's like, you didn't tell me? She's like, really? Really, I didn't tell you. Like, you know, and we, I mean, the funny thing about Maurice and I when we work together now is that we laugh so hard up until taping because all those little bits aren't in the script, and we're rehearsing. I'm like, really? Really? And he always doubles over at me laughing. He's like, they need to write you a comedy scene because, well, he just thinks I'm really funny. And I'm like, I'm really not as funny as you think I am. You must not have much comedy in your life because I'm not that funny. But, you know, so Maurice and I just always laugh. And when we have those really serious, high drama moments, we kind of quietly run and stay away from each other, and then we just go for it. And we have a nice moment coming up. Which, you know, it's a Carly, I'll let you ask, I'll eventually finish this. Where Carly and, Carly saves Claudia. It was in the magazine, everyone read it, I just had it. A car accident, and Sonny's telling me a whole bunch of stuff, and it was a really interesting moment, and Maurice and I, what's so great about working with him is we don't talk about, like, this is what we should play. It just evolves or happens. And he has this great moment where he's telling me about, you know, finding out the baby is his. But he finds out this week, so probably like yesterday, I don't know. You know, all this stuff is going on, and it's this really great moment. And he's telling her everything, and she's staring at him, and the only line I had was, "Good luck with that." And we laughed at it like during dress rehearsal. Sometimes I'm like, well, that's great. Good luck with that. Like, oh, that sucks for you. Jackson's baby, and I'm gonna go have like, we do that through dress rehearsal, and we're cracking up laughing. We think it's hilarious, so it's super funny. But when we got to taping, it's like so bizarre that we're sitting here and he's looking at me pregnant with someone else's baby, and his whole life is falling apart, and if we could have just made it work, we would never be in that situation, you know. And he's staring at me, and I'm saying, I get tears in my eyes, and I just said, good luck with it. And it wasn't even anything we talked about or said anything about. It just happened. And that's the awesome part of working with Maurice. Like, where Ingo and I do a lot of talking, we come up with bits, we make it fun. But with Maurice, you say nothing, and then you walk away and you just high five and go, we just And that's the beauty of being an actor and working with other actors that allow things to happen, because who knows? Who knows what's going to happen? And you know, and it's funny, the writers called down and said, oh my God, we saw that Carly and Sonny thing. You know, and those are the things that the Carly and Sonny fans go, oh, you know, and it's like you give everybody something, you know.
This is just a comment, not,
I know,
not a question, just a comment. You have the most beautiful smile of any soap opera.
Thank you. For someone who doesn't really love her teeth, and some people on the web call me snarly. You're not her? Is that you? No, because I'm like,
is Michael ever going to grow out of his
brattiness? Well, I think the unfortunate thing is it really wasn't written clearly. You know, on one hand, you have the doctor saying there's issues with wherever the electro things in his brain having clearly connected, so he snaps. He's, you know, he goes crazy. He can't, you know.
Yeah, but mostly it's not you. It's not everybody.
Well, and I had a problem with that too. I'm the one that went there, and hi, Greg. I'm the one that went upstairs and go, why is he always mad at me? You know, what the hell is that about? And I loved Elizabeth's answer. And I agree with this. She's like, because he knows he can do whatever and you're never going to go anywhere. Michael can scream and yell and beat her and yell and say, you know, why? And she's never going to say anything but, I'm sorry, and never leave. And that's a mom. And, you know, and I think our kids, you know, Christine, can't sons be really hard on their moms? Yes. Not that she's a mother, but that's a funny inside joke. I think the struggle, the biggest struggle is that, is it a or is he just being a 7-year-old pain in the ass? And if it's a medical issue, you don't handle him like, let me tell you something about shit. You have to treat him differently. If it's not, then it's like, oh, let's give him a license. And are you kidding me?
And a car?
Please. Clearly, it doesn't work out so well. His story, like, but that's great. That's awesome. You need stories.
Freak out?
Who?
Carly's gonna freak out with that.
Well, why are you just all of a sudden roaming in the middle of the forest? And then
Morgan lost his little medal, and I tell you how many times, in the cutting some of it, you know how many times I was on the show and I'm going, well, I'll go find that Saint whatever George, whatever the freaking Mike, I don't know where my Catholic, I don't know what the hell it is. Medal, Saint Christopher medal, Saint Christopher medal, I'm like, I am not. I mean, every person I pass, I was like, oh, guess what? I'm gonna go find Saint Christopher medal. But you know what's funny is that you asked that question because I cut so many of those things. People are like, what the hell is Carly doing with the flashlight in the woods? And who lets me go out there and get alone? And I just said all that. I go, I'm going to wander alone with a flashlight after I just, and this time I tell people and they go, okay, see you later. Every morning if I didn't tell people again, this time I was like, bye guys, and my husband and son are like, have at it, Mom, have fun. I'm on the phone with Morgan. I'm like, no, honey. It was so, and I can't tell you how many times I'm like, I'm seriously sticking to myself. I'm like walking down the road going like this, like flashlight, and I turn to the director. I'm like, so I'm just doing this again. I'm like, all right, so what am I doing next? Like, well, we're gonna get a shot of the feet. I'm like, all right, so I got this way with the flashlight. And so you know, can you make that flashlight? I was like, oh my god. And then, whatever. What was, did you see, was the last of the tag of today's show like the car and... Yeah, how do you know I wanted the woods?
Well, no, because we
here all day.
I didn't know I was wandering through the woods. Oh, sorry.
So
the cars are coming.
Is Claudia not going to make her baby to the end?
I'm not going to give her... Very dramatic. I actually think Claudia's reaction to the whole car situation, I think, is I don't know, because I haven't read, because I was on vacation for 2 weeks, but before I left, I loved her reaction, because I'm someone that, like, you know what? When people have I believe that given any situation, people are capable of anything. So for people to go, oh, I would never, is a loaded because in real life, clearly, watch the headlines for the love of God, especially recently. But watch the headlines. People are capable of anything. And so on television, you're going to tell me you would never? First of all, it's not a real character. It's not real. And they would do, and it's a story that needs drama. I mean, like, we always go back and say, if Romeo and Juliet could be together, who would care? It's the fact they couldn't. So there's the drama, the challenge, the love story. I love when the rug is pulled out. I love that Jax knew and found out about the DVD and didn't tell Carly. But now everybody else knows.
Right.
So what's the big, really?
Carly's going to find out anyway.
Oh, sure. And then I'm sure she'll go into labor. But what I want her to find out, and then after she has the baby spin out of control and start going like, come here, men of Port Charles. Because you're a liar, and I can't trust you, and you were supposed to be the great guy, so I'm out of here.
And come here, Tyler.
Or Dominic, or Johnny, or whatever. But you know what I mean? Like, I think that you have to evolve story. Do I love working with Ingo? What I hate, absolutely. But you have to evolve story. That's why characters, unfortunately, have to change, or I mean, how great was it when Jason was in the accent? He became Jason Morgan instead of Jason Quartermain. I mean, would we really care about Jason Quartermain at this point? This many years ago?
No.
Okay, so it was.